Okay, are we ready to go?
Yep.
Okay. Hey, good morning, everyone. Afternoon for some of us here. Thank you so much for joining us, and I want to welcome you to this short webinar introduction to the website we have created in partnership with NAPLIA and the Hanover Insurance Group for ERISAbonding. I will introduce you to a few of the players and share our motivation for partnering with NAPLIA and Hanover to make this link available. First, we wanted to provide you with a reliable, low-cost option available to our TPA clients. We wanted a strong carrier behind the program with an A rating by AM Best. Also, we wanted a carrier with over $1 billion in annual revenue, and we wanted it easy to use by embedding all of the 5,500 data in the nation. I'm going to let Paul Smith, Senior Vice President of NAPLIA, talk about their firm and the other partners involved. We've been working with Paul and NAPLIA for some years now, and we consider them the best of the best. Paul?
Great. Thanks, Debbie. And I believe most of you all know Debbie at CIMA and what a terrific job they do. They really make one of the nation's very best TPA policies available to Lloyd's program. And as you all know, it was specifically designed for the TPA community, which is unique and I think very valuable. At NAPLIA, we look no further than CIMA really for the best coverage for our TPA clients and appreciate that they count on us as a distribution partner. One of, I think they're very few. So CIMA is in fact at the end of the day our go-to carrier with the Lloyd's program in the TPA space. And I'll tell you a bit about NAPLIA. We know maybe some of you know us, some of you don't, but very much like CIMA, NAPLIA, we are North American Professional Liability Insurance Agency, and that's the NAPLIA acronym. And we're an independent, nationally recognized insurance agency providing professional liability, management liability, cyber insurance, fidelity bonding, all to TPAs, RIAs, accountants, attorneys, and other select professionals. NAPLIA is one of the few consultative agencies in the United States to have partnered and represent CIMA's TPA, professional liability policy, the one underwritten by Lloyd's that you folks are working with now. We were established in 1998, and NAPLIA has become a national leader in providing this insurance through a detailed understanding, really, of our clients' needs. Many of us have been in the qualified plan space for years. I have a background with Transamerica and operating as an investment advisor in this space as well. And we really have a dedicated commitment to educating our clients on their best coverage options and the details of their policy. Lisa Ventry is a colleague of mine. She's here in the room with us, and she and I will be the contact folks at NAPLIA should there be a referral, which is essentially what that means is should someone go onto the site and for some reason be unable to secure insurance. That would, the bond we're talking about now, of course, the website that will provide the bond may reject certain applicants because of, for instance, non-qualified plan assets, or they answer, a question wrong by mistake, and it bounces back. In that case, Lisa or I will be in touch. We will get an email telling us that's occurred, and then we'll follow up. We're underwriting this insurance or the bonds with the Hanover Insurance Group. Just a little bit about them. They're based in Worcester, Mass, and they're the holding company for several property and casualty insurance companies, which together constitute one of the largest insurance businesses in the nation. And they've been doing this for over 160 years, to give you a sense of their legacy. Hanover has provided a wide range of property and casualty products and services to individuals, families, and businesses, as I say, for a long, long time. And through it, they also, through an international member company, Chaucer, have a presence and have an underwriting business at Lloyd's of London as well. They were founded in 1852, one of the 40 oldest member companies of the New York Stock Exchange. They have 40 local offices in the United States and $5.1 billion with a B, in total revenues. And that just compares, very starkly with others in this space. They are ranked 511 on the Fortune 1000 and rated A, excellent by key industry analysts, AM Best, Standard & Poor's, and Moody's. But getting back to the slide, this slide essentially tells us something that most of you are already very clear on. The fact that Section 412 ERISA requires that all plan sponsors secure a bond that covers the plan for theft of plan assets. In an effort to keep our presentation short here, the goal, of course, is simply to introduce you to this new program that CIMA is making available. So as promised, we won't dwell on what's common knowledge for the group, for most of you, as the bonding requirement has been part of our life, for years operating in this space. The next slide, Debbie will talk about the program itself and the value that we've included, and go through the bullet points on the slide. And this is available in a brochure as well. I think you probably maybe all got that in the invitation. If not, we'll send it out again and be sure that you have it to share with your clients as well. But Debbie?
Okay. Just as this slide indicates, these are some of the advantages that you will receive if you decide to go forward and place your bonds with us. First of all, you're going to receive some preferred pricing. CIMA, along with NAPIA, has created preferred pricing for our TPA insured plan sponsor clients. You're going to be securing coverage at a significant discount to the industry standard pricing. It's also a very simple application process. In most cases, the plan's Form 5500 will auto-populate the online form, allowing you to bind coverage in minutes with a credit card. Inclusive communication. The bond purchase will trigger an email to you, the TPA of record, with a copy of your client's bond, allowing you to confidentially complete an accurate 5500 at year end. You're going to also receive immediate coverage. Coverage is bound as soon as you press that button, and it's bound by PCI compliant credit card processing. And as Paul mentioned before, quality underwriting. Coverage is going to be with the Hanover Insurance Group, and they've been in business since 1852.
Excellent. My name is Tim Pooley. I'm with NAPIA here, and I'll be your point of contact to do the web development and add the button to your website. Just going to briefly talk about what we need to provide you with and what you need to provide us with for a turnkey code to add a button to the ERISAbonding site on your website. First of all, we would like to have a contact, not only with the company, but also a website contact. The primary contact with your, being the TPA, is for bond tracking purposes, so we can send a copy of each bond to you for your record keeping. The web contact would be someone that is in your web development partner or runs your website. We'll be able to send them a pre-built code so that they can copy and paste that into your website and allow your clients easy access to the ERISAbonding site. Just a note here, if you do have any questions, there's a questions tab. Feel free to submit those. We will address those at the end of the call. And I'll pass this over to Paul to kind of a little bit more.
Hello. On the on slide 6, you'll see this is with the umbrella here, the typical insurance umbrella. Thinking more of travelers here, but at the end of the day, this is a pretty. I mean, this might be, for instance, a shot that you could use on your website. Anything you see in our publications, websites that you'd like to use as background, just let us know. We're happy to share whatever we have. And Tim, as he just mentioned, will arrange for with your team, with your IT people, website folks to post it. And I guess there's some technology there that I am not familiar with, or would be the last person to come to and ask about it. But on page 7, on the next page, you'll see some. This is where we do give you some sense of what we are referring to as industry standard pricing in comparison to the pricing of the CIMA program. And I'm trying to. The example we give is a small plan with $1 million in assets, which is not, I think, atypical, of at least for the TPAs doing volume business. And the bond amount, as we all know, for that would be $100,000, and the industry standard pricing that we see would be $126 a year, and that would be typically purchased on a 3 or 5 year period. The pricing, the NAPLEA CIMA pricing for that would be $75 a year, and that would be purchased in our program for a 3 year period, and that would be locked in and bound for 3 years when your client goes to the site. And
we do have a question that came up that I would like to just address briefly. Someone here asks, can the TPA apply for the bond on behalf of the client? And in that case, they can. So
yeah, we would if they were doing it either together or on the client's behalf. Quite frankly, we wouldn't know the difference. Gary, do you see any problem with that?
No, not at all. And this is Gary Sutherland of NAPLEA as well. One thing that Tim mentioned, and I think is worth repeating, is that one of the most best things about the bond site is that the TPA will get a copy of the bond from the client so that you can have a copy in your files, and now you no longer have to chase clients for a copy of the bond. And I think that is a significant advantage by being able to track them and get them into your system right away, so that you'll have for the 5500.
I think we've covered it, Paul. I think we've covered most of what we wanted to or hoped to. One point we did not make, and it might be worth making, is that when the clients go on and search for their bond or plug their plan name in onto that application that you see, the landing page on the left of the last slide, it will, Tim, what's the terminology that is
we'll
used?
search for the plan by the plan name and pull up all the data on the 5500 for that associated plan so that we can rate and provide them with a bond according to those numbers.
This is Gary again. This is really important because now we have the name of the bond's going to be matching the 5500s, whereas you'll find that many of your clients may not necessarily know the name of the bond. So by pulling it up with that information and also the AUM for our pricing, they don't have to go searching for that, which again simplifies the process of buying the bond.
One other question that did come up, does this include an automatic increase due to an increase in assets?
Absolutely. Increase in assets and contributions, of course, and the bond, like most quality ERISA bonds, by language in the document, there's an agreement to meet whatever the Section 412 requirements are during the bond period. So, absolutely.
And just so you know, if you want to go to the attachments tab above, you can download the brochure that Paul's referred to that may have received in your email. If you have any questions, ERISAbonds@naplia.com is the email address. If you have any further questions after the presentation, we'd be happy to address those. One other question that did come up, what is your pricing for non-qualified assets?
I believe it's dollar for dollar on the assets. I don't know if that's a risk requirement or
we have to insure 100% of the non-qualified assets. The pricing isn't necessarily going to change. It's just the fact that the limits will be significantly higher for those. And we can't do that automatically on the bond site, but they could still fill out the information, and then we can give them a quote manually through email.
Another question that came up, what about a startup plan when there is no 5500 information available?
Well, that's a great question. When they go, if they start typing in their name of their company or their name of their plan on the first page, then obviously it won't fill. In which case there are instructions at that point to move forward, and they can complete the application on their own rather than have it pre-populated and move forward.
We had one last question, and was asking whether we would be marketing fiduciary insurance to those same ERISA bonds. We would not be contacting them direct to market them another service. However, we do have a fiduciary insurance website that acts just like the ERISA bond, and we can make that available to TPA clients by button as well. So that's something that we can talk further about.
That wraps up the questions. I know we went a few minutes over, but want to thank you for joining us today. Thank you, Debbie, for hosting this, and Paul for running us through the program.
Yes, thank you very much. Yes, thank you very much. It was very, very informative. And Paul and everyone else, I thank you very much.
All righty. Bye now. Bye now.
Have a great day.
Bye.